Tonight, the story about a longtime small-town nurse in our region who, in the end, wanted no fanfare.
Well, before Joanne Iwen of Arthur, North Dakota died, she let everybody know she wanted no obituary written, nothing, no photo, no life story. This despite a really incredible life of quiet service. Her family respected her wishes. Kind of. That story tonight from WDAY News reporter Kevin Wallivant.
Well, this is a funny story, too. She was born 2 doors down from where she lived.
Everyone in Arthur knew Joanne Iwen as the veteran church organist and nurse in town. She worked years at the Good Sam nursing home.
A lifetime of helping others with little or no fanfare. Perfect.
But her house in the center of town, where she and the family lived for decades.
So our house became that house where, where everybody could just kind of come and go and walk in the door and open the fridge.
Would sometimes become a trauma center at all hours of the day and night.
The one thing people would know that know her, she had a very calming effect.
There's a lot of stories out there, like the man who had stopped by the house after severing his ring finger. Joanne knew what to do. She went and found the finger and saved it for reattachment. Or the hunter, while gutting a deer, severing an artery in his leg.
Put the knife back in, just plug it up. That's the best sealer of that hole would be the knife that went in, so let's seal it up.
She read and did crossword puzzles into her 90s. And so, when Joanne died a few days ago at the age of 92, her 6 children all knew the drill.
Oh, don't be bragging. That was a no-no. Bragging was something that you just didn't do.
All she wanted, say her kids,
just don't bother. No funeral, no obituary. Good enough.
Was the date of her birth and death on the obituary.
When people die, you tend to deify them. You make them more than they were. And we used to tell her, we don't have to deify you because you lived it.
And so they wrote a non-obituary. But Mom, they wrote, don't you want everyone to know you graduated from Arthur High School in 1948, St. Luke's School of Nursing in 51, or played organ in the church since you were 12?
This kind of wrote itself, I guess is how I would put it. It sort of wrote itself.
No, she would laugh. Just tell them the day I flew away.
That's in a nutshell. It was her entire life, whether it be helping somebody visiting, giving them vegetables.
Joanne got more than one last wish. There was no fancy funeral. Her ashes were simply buried in one of her own ball canning jars.
That's a little raw yet, but, yep.
And so it was the obituary that wasn't, just the facts. But enough of them to realize that Nurse Joanne Iwen was an extraordinary mom and grandma and friend who left behind an incredible, humble legacy. Kevin Wallivant, WDAY News.
And most churches don't toll the bells at funerals anymore. They sure did at St. John Lutheran in Arthur this week. It rang 92 times, one time for each year of her incredible life. Such a modest greatness.
And we're glad the family kind of broke the rules because that's a story. That's a life that deserves to be shared with others.